Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm excited to take you on a tour of my recent trip to Paris, one of the most beautiful and famous cities in the world. Known as the City of Love and the City of Lights, Paris is a place that captures the hearts of travelers with its romantic atmosphere, stunning architecture, and rich cultural heritage. From the moment I arrived, I could feel the unique charm and elegance of this incredible city. Every street, every cafe, and every monument seemed to have its own story to tell. Paris is a city that offers something for everyone. Whether you are a history enthusiast, an art lover, a foodie, or simply someone who enjoys beautiful scenery, Paris will never disappoint you. The city is home to iconic landmarks such as the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre Museum, Notre Dame Cathedral, and the Palace of Versailles. These world-famous sites attract millions of visitors every year, and each of them has a unique history and beauty that makes it unforgettable. Walking through the streets of Paris, I was amazed by the elegance of the architecture, the lively atmosphere of the neighborhoods, and the delightful aroma of freshly baked bread from local bakeries. Charming cafes and restaurants line the streets, inviting you to sit down and enjoy a coffee or a meal while watching the world go by. The combination of history, art, and modern city life makes Paris a truly magical destination. In this video, I will share my experiences from each day of my trip, including the breathtaking views from the Eiffel Tower, the incredible artworks in the Louvre, the peaceful gardens, and the grandeur of the royal palace at Versailles. I hope this tour will inspire you and give you a sense of the beauty and excitement that Paris has to offer. So, let's start our journey and explore the magic of this amazing city together. On the first day of my trip to Paris, I started my adventure with a visit to the iconic Eiffel Tower. This world-famous landmark is one of the most recognizable structures in the world, and visiting it had been on my travel bucket list for years. I woke up early in the morning to make sure I could enjoy the city before it became too crowded. As I approached the tower, I was immediately struck by its immense size and intricate iron lattice structure. It truly is an architectural masterpiece, towering over the city and offering a spectacular sight from every angle. Before entering, I had to purchase my tickets in advance, which I highly recommend for anyone planning a visit. The lines can get extremely long, especially during peak tourist seasons, and buying tickets ahead of time saves a lot of waiting. Once I had my ticket in hand, I joined a short queue and soon found myself at the base of the tower, looking up in awe. The sheer scale of the structure is breathtaking, and I couldn't help but take several photos from different perspectives. Next, I took the elevator to the first observation level. As we ascended, I enjoyed watching the streets of Paris unfold beneath us. The city's rooftops, winding streets, and the Seine River looked so picturesque from above. On the first level, I had the chance to walk around and take in the panoramic views. There were plenty of informative signs explaining the tower's history and design, which made the experience both enjoyable and educational. I spent some time simply standing and soaking in the atmosphere, marveling at how this landmark has become a symbol of Paris and France as a whole. After exploring the first level, I decided to go all the way to the top. The elevator ride to the summit was smooth but thrilling, as the tower's iron framework became more intricate and the city spread out even further below. At the very top, the views were absolutely breathtaking. I could see for miles in every direction, from the Champs de Mars to the distant rooftops of Montmartre. The panoramic view of Paris from this height is truly unforgettable. I could spot famous landmarks like the Louvre, Notre Dame Cathedral, and the Arc de Triomphe, all nestled within the charming cityscape. Standing at the summit of the Eiffel Tower, I felt a mixture of excitement and serenity. It's incredible how such a man-made structure can provide a connection to the city, allowing visitors to appreciate both its grandeur and its beauty from a unique perspective. I spent quite a while at the top, taking photos, enjoying the wind, and simply marveling at the stunning view. There is something magical about seeing the city from above, the way the light reflects off the Seine, the arrangement of streets, and the blend of historic and modern architecture. Finally, I took the elevator back down to the ground level, feeling inspired and grateful for the experience. Visiting the Eiffel Tower is more than just seeing a famous landmark, it's an immersive experience that allows you to connect with Paris in a very personal way. Whether you are an art lover, a history enthusiast, or simply someone who enjoys breathtaking views, the Eiffel Tower promises an unforgettable adventure. If you are planning a trip to Paris, make sure to dedicate enough time to explore the tower fully, enjoy the views from different levels, and soak in the unique atmosphere that makes this landmark so special. It is, without a doubt, one of the highlights of any visit to the city. After visiting the Eiffel Tower, I continued my first day in Paris with a trip to the world-famous Louvre Museum. The Louvre is not only one of the largest museums in the world but also one of the most important cultural landmarks in Paris. It is home to thousands of works of art, ranging from ancient artifacts to Renaissance masterpieces. As I approached the museum, I was immediately captivated by its impressive glass pyramid entrance and the grand architecture of the surrounding buildings. The combination of modern design and classical architecture makes the Louvre a truly unique and stunning place to visit. Before entering, I made sure to plan my visit carefully. The museum is enormous, and it would be impossible to see everything in just a few hours. I had a general idea of the sections I wanted to explore, including the den and wing, where many of the most famous paintings are displayed. Once inside, I was greeted by a bustling atmosphere filled with visitors from all over the world, each eager to admire the incredible art on display. One of the highlights of my visit was seeing Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Even though it was smaller than I had imagined, the painting's fame and historical significance made it an unforgettable experience. I spent time observing her enigmatic smile and appreciating the fine details that have fascinated people for centuries. Nearby, I also admired the Venus de Milo, a beautiful ancient Greek statue that stands gracefully and exudes timeless elegance. As I wandered through the museum, I was amazed by the diversity and richness of the collections. From medieval sculptures to exquisite paintings by famous artists such as Rembrandt and Delacroix, every room offered something new and inspiring. I took my time, reading the descriptions, learning about the history behind each piece, and capturing photos of the artworks and the stunning gallery interiors. The Louvre Museum is more than just a place to see art. It is an immersive experience that allows visitors to explore centuries of human creativity and culture. Walking through its halls, I felt a deep appreciation for the artistry and craftsmanship that have shaped our world. The museum also provided moments of calm and reflection, despite the large crowds, as I paused to admire the beauty of each masterpiece. By the end of my visit, I realized that seeing even a small portion of the Louvre had been an enriching and unforgettable experience. It is a place that appeals to art lovers, history enthusiasts, and anyone curious about the world's cultural heritage. For anyone planning a trip to Paris, a visit to the Louvre Museum is an absolute must, offering inspiration, knowledge, and a chance to connect with some of the greatest works of art ever created. On the second day of my trip to Paris, I started with a visit to the magnificent Notre Dame Cathedral, one of the most iconic landmarks in the city. As I approached the cathedral, I was immediately struck by its Gothic architecture and the intricate details carved into its facade. The twin towers, the flying buttresses, and the impressive rose windows all contribute to its grandeur and beauty. Standing in front of Notre Dame, I felt a sense of awe and reverence, knowing that this historic cathedral has stood for centuries and witnessed countless events in Parisian history. Entering the cathedral, I was amazed by the vast interior, with its high vaulted ceilings and magnificent stained glass windows that cast colorful light across the stone floors. The peaceful atmosphere inside was a sharp contrast to the bustling streets outside. I took my time walking through the nave, admiring the religious artwork, statues, and intricate architectural details. The stained glass rose windows were particularly breathtaking, and I spent several minutes simply gazing at their vibrant colors and intricate patterns. Being inside Notre Dame allowed me to fully appreciate the skill and artistry of the architects and craftsmen who built this masterpiece. After exploring the cathedral, I decided to take a relaxing walk through the nearby Jardin du Luxembourg. This beautiful garden is one of the most popular green spaces in Paris, offering a perfect escape from the noise and activity of the city. The park is filled with perfectly manicured lawns, colorful flower beds, elegant fountains, and charming statues. I found a quiet bench under a large tree and decided to enjoy a peaceful picnic lunch. Sitting there, surrounded by the beauty of nature and the gentle sounds of people strolling and children playing, I felt completely relaxed and at ease. Walking along the winding pathways of the Jardin du Luxembourg, I noticed the harmony between nature and the carefully designed landscape. The garden is not only visually stunning but also a place for reflection, exercise, and leisure. Many locals and tourists alike were reading, chatting, or simply enjoying the serene environment. I took several photos to capture the beauty of the gardens and strolled around, appreciating the calm and elegance of this urban oasis. By the end of the afternoon, I felt rejuvenated and grateful for the opportunity to experience both the historical majesty of Notre Dame and the peaceful charm of the Jardin du Luxembourg. This combination of cultural exploration and tranquil relaxation made the second day of my Paris trip truly memorable. For anyone visiting Paris, I highly recommend taking time to enjoy both the city's remarkable landmarks and its beautiful green spaces, as they offer a perfect balance of history, culture, and serenity. On the third and final day of my trip to Paris, I decided to visit the Palace of Versailles, a magnificent royal residence located just outside the city. Known for its lavish architecture, stunning gardens, and rich history, Versailles is one of the most famous palaces in the world, and visiting it was a dream come true. I arrived early in the morning to make the most of my day and avoid the largest crowds, and I was immediately captivated by the grandeur of the palace as I approached. The exterior of the palace is truly breathtaking, with its symmetrical design, ornate decorations, and impressive fountains. Walking up to the main entrance, I felt as if I had stepped back in time, imagining the life of French royalty in the 17th and 18th centuries. Once inside, I was amazed by the opulent interiors, from the grand halls and decorated ceilings to the elegant furniture and priceless artwork. Every room seemed to tell a story of power, wealth, and artistic mastery, reflecting the grandeur of the French monarchy. One of the highlights of the visit was the Hall of Mirrors, a long gallery adorned with crystal chandeliers, gold detailing, and large mirrors reflecting the sunlight streaming in from the windows. Standing in this magnificent hall, I felt a sense of awe at the craftsmanship and attention to detail. It is no wonder that this iconic room has become one of the most famous features of Versailles. I spent a considerable amount of time exploring each room, reading about its history, and admiring the luxurious decor and artistic masterpieces. After touring the interior of the palace, I ventured into the gardens of Versailles, which are equally impressive. The gardens are vast and meticulously landscaped, with beautiful flower beds, fountains, statues, and perfectly trimmed hedges. Walking along the tree-lined pathways, I felt a sense of peace and admiration for the beauty and scale of this outdoor space. I took my time strolling through the gardens, pausing to take photos and enjoy the serene environment, which provides a perfect contrast to the opulence of the palace interiors. Visiting the Palace of Versailles was an unforgettable experience that offered a glimpse into the grandeur of French history and culture. From the luxurious rooms and dazzling hall of mirrors to the expansive and meticulously designed gardens, every part of Versailles showcases the artistic brilliance and vision of its creators. For anyone traveling to Paris, a day trip to Versailles is an absolute must, offering a unique combination of history, art, and natural beauty that will leave a lasting impression. As my trip to Paris came to an end, I couldn't help but reflect on the incredible experiences I had over the past 3 days. Paris is truly a city that captivates the heart and inspires the imagination. From the iconic Eiffel Tower to the world-renowned Louvre Museum, from the majestic Notre Dame Cathedral to the serene Jardin du Luxembourg, and finally to the grandeur of the Palace of Versailles, every moment spent in Paris was unforgettable. The city has a unique charm that combines history, art, architecture, and culture in a way that is both inspiring and accessible to visitors. One of the most important things I learned during this trip is the value of planning ahead. Paris is a city full of attractions, and many of the most famous sites can become crowded, especially during peak tourist seasons. To make the most of your visit, it's a good idea to book tickets in advance whenever possible. For example, purchasing tickets for the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre Museum ahead of time can save you hours of waiting in line. Planning your route and prioritizing the landmarks you want to see will also help you enjoy your time more efficiently, leaving room for leisurely walks, cafe breaks, and spontaneous discoveries along the way. Another piece of advice is to take your time and immerse yourself fully in the experience. Paris is not just about seeing famous landmarks, it's about feeling the atmosphere of the city, strolling through charming streets, enjoying local cuisine, and observing everyday life. Don't rush from one site to another, instead, pause to appreciate the architecture, the gardens, and the artistic treasures that surround you. Allow yourself moments of reflection and relaxation, whether it's sitting on a bench in the Jardin du Luxembourg or enjoying a coffee at a small cafe. Additionally, I highly recommend exploring beyond the major tourist attractions. Paris is a city of neighborhoods, each with its own unique character, from the bohemian charm of Montmartre to the trendy streets of Le Marais. Venturing off the beaten path can reveal hidden gems and provide a more authentic experience of Parisian life. Don't forget to take lots of photos, but also take time to simply enjoy the moment without distractions. Finally, remember that travel is about creating memories and personal experiences. Paris is a city that offers endless opportunities for exploration, learning, and inspiration. Whether you are visiting for the first time or returning for another adventure, keep an open mind, embrace the culture, and allow yourself to be captivated by the beauty and magic of this remarkable city. With careful planning, curiosity, and an appreciation for the details, your trip to Paris will be an experience you will cherish forever. Now, let's practice listening and repeating some important sentences from my trip to Paris. Listen carefully and try to repeat each sentence after me. If you are planning to visit the Eiffel Tower, make sure to purchase your tickets in advance. The lines can be very long, especially during peak tourist seasons. Taking the elevator to the top provides breathtaking views of the entire city. From the summit, you can see the Seine River, the rooftops of Montmartre, and famous landmarks like the Louvre. At the Louvre Museum, remember that it is huge and full of incredible artworks. You should plan your visit ahead of time to make sure you can see the highlights. The Mona Lisa is smaller than most people expect, but her enchanting smile makes it unforgettable. Don't forget to admire other masterpieces, like the Venus de Milo and paintings by Rembrandt and Delacroix. When visiting Notre Dame Cathedral, take time to explore the interior and admire the stained glass windows. The Gothic architecture and intricate details are truly breathtaking. Afterwards, enjoy a relaxing walk in the Jardin du Luxembourg, and maybe have a picnic lunch on one of the benches. At the Palace of Versailles, spend time in the Hall of Mirrors and the gardens. The palace's rooms are decorated with lavish furniture and beautiful artwork. The gardens are vast and meticulously landscaped, with fountains, statues, and flower beds. Walking slowly through the palace and gardens allows you to appreciate the history and beauty of this amazing place. Finally, remember that planning ahead, taking your time, and enjoying the details will make your trip to Paris unforgettable. Repeat these sentences several times, paying attention to pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. Listening and repeating is a great way to improve your English skills while learning about this beautiful city.